All right, I'd like to call Parks and Rec to order. We'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
David?
Here. Well, I'm not Parks.
It's Marilyn, me and, what's her name?
We gotta
Cheryl.
change this.
Yeah, what's her
All right,
name?
Cheryl? Is Marilyn not coming tonight? I haven't heard
I
from
haven't
her.
heard.
Okay.
Terry's
Terry
here.
here, yeah, all right.
Yeah, we'll take that.
Anything for Parks and Rec?
The only thing I know, when we do the cleanup, I'm having the kids, clean the playground equipment
Oh, okay,
as one of the lists. That's all I got for that.
okay.
Except now, we don't know anything about the park. All she's got right now is them cleaning up trash. Is there any painting?
Yes, they're going to paint the dugouts and the benches.
Okay, we gotta let her know that, but we have to supply the paint and the.
We already got the
We have
paint.
Okay,
We doing mulch?
no, I think we did it last year. So the community building looks good with their mulch, it just needs weeded. But there's a lot of stuff we need to do outside that community building.
And the one thing we probably need to discuss, we talked about last meeting, was how much money are we gonna donate for people who wanna help fix like the picnic tables and those type of things, the lumber and stuff for people who volunteered to. So I don't think you and I had an opportunity to really get together and know exactly how much we want to.
We came up with we gotta kinda get like a budget, not a budget, a quote.
Quote, okay.
So if you get like supply quotes and stuff, and then we can just kinda go from there.
Okay. All right, is anybody anything else?
No, we have to,
Is that something Robbie could just go to Lowe's and get lumber and build new picnic tables? There's plenty of plans out there, it's kinda easy to build.
Sure, but we need to know how much it's going to be, because I think we have so much that we're trying to allocate for it, so we'll have to know how many we're gonna be able to build with what we have to be able to build, so I think that's sure, he's probably something that he could do, Ryan. Yeah. Okay, yeah.
I give you a price for one and you tell me how many you want.
Yeah, okay,
And those are for the park, right?
yeah,
Cause those two are weathered, right?
they're horrible. I mean, Dean and I was there last week and wow, I was shocked. I was like, wow, this is,
We moved them last year and they were falling apart.
yeah, this is
why don't
bad.
we just take them down before somebody gets hurt?
I agree with that
Yeah.
100%.
Cause someone sits on them and they go down.
Mhm.
What was this?
The park,
Picnic
Benches,
tables.
picnic tables, down there. Take them out, so you can't get
Well,
hurt.
we got the same thing there by the community center and they
Yeah.
couldn't,
right,
We'll,
I mean,
we'll
there's,
talk about
yeah.
that,
it's
this,
been
yeah,
done,
Okay.
but nothing's done.
Ryan, you got that?
Yeah, he has it. All right, if there's nothing else at 6:03, I'd like to make a motion to adjourn Parks and Rec. Can I get a second?
second,
Cheryl,
Yes.
Terry?
yes.
All right, I'd like to, 6:04, call to order the committee of the whole.
Second,
Scott absent, Terry,
yes, here.
Sherry here, Marilyn absent. Cheryl,
Here,
David?
Here.
Do we have any prior request for guests to speak? All right, that is no. All right, I'd like to make a motion to approve the April 8th, 2025 Committee of the Whole meeting notes with an amendment to grave. It says Grace,
Yeah.
grave in here, but it should be Grace, so we'll make that amendment.
I'll second that amendment.
You weren't here.
Oh, yeah, I can. But I found the amendment.
Oh, you found it, the
Figured you
mistake.
would, David.
I'll second that.
All right, all right,
Sherry,
The spell.
yes.
Cheryl,
yes.
Terry,
Yes,
David.
Abstained.
Um, So fiscal officer report, expenditures year to date, $648,046.11. Revenue, revenue year to date is $506,829.70. There were some big deposits that were just recently put in that just happened today, so that'll change drastically for next meeting.
Alrighty, anybody have old business?
Brightspeed, coming back to fix up the yards that they messed up. Do we have any idea?
Are you asking or telling?
No, I'm asking.
Okay,
asking.
okay, David.
Asking.
I have not heard, I've asked him, I have not gotten an answer, a straight, clear answer every time I ask him when they're coming back, because I just texted him the other day, he texted me advising that the payments were sent out. He said property managers will be receiving payment. I says, that mean property owners?
Do you have the phone numbers of the property owners? Can we confirm from
I
them
will.
whether or not they have
Yeah.
received their payment from him? Cause
Yeah.
I just don't know that that's
I
true.
don't- No, and I was gonna give it, let me look at when it was that he said that real quick, because I was gonna give it about a week. Cause I didn't know if he was mailing them or how he was doing it. But it just seems to me, in my humble opinion, that he is just gaslighting. And he's just telling us what we wanna hear right now. So, I talked to him last Thursday. And that's when he said that, so,
So every yard that they messed up, they're supposed to be sending the property money?
no, this is for the,
That's-
several people who had their electric cut.
There was two or
okay.
three people who actually had work completed, and this was supposed to be a reimbursement for them.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it ranges between $950 all the way up to $3,000.
Yep.
Yeah, I heard that.
And he told me that they sent the payments out. So I'll be reaching out to them to make sure that they did get the payments, and if not,
I spoke with Steve yesterday or the day before. He didn't sound like he had got any money, so I don't think they have.
okay.
So nobody but the yard work.
So the yard work, they said, they're obviously, the claim is that they fired the last crew that did all the damage and was real crappy towards residents in the police department, and they have a new crew coming in to do everything and finish it, but I haven't heard an exact date, because there's so many yards that have been destroyed, and now we're in the middle of May, and people are mowing, and they're mowing around it. Like
Yeah, that's
my
what I
mother's
heard.
house has two big orange pipes coming up that we had to mow around. There's a
We're
big
supposed
hole
to-
across the street.
Did they
So-
ever fix that hole that was passed behind your house?
No,
There's a big hole there
there's
on
a big hole in the corner of
Land Drive,
Blanton and Store that is huge.
and it's got a great big pile of
Yeah.
rocks and dirt.
I mean, it's probably 4 foot deep.
Yeah,
And you can actually see underneath the electric, substation, for lack of better terms, transformer. So that one's pretty bad, and I'm getting crickets.
Okay.
So I'll reach out to those guys, but I don't know if you guys thought I should reach out to Charles again, because now it's becoming, I think, a safety hazard.
I talked to him, it's not our deal, really.
Right, they would actually have to file
That's
suit
what-
against him. I mean, he did, initially send, some communication, but actually, if they wanna pursue it further, they're gonna have to file a small claims court.
Because a lot of the people are calling me are
Crazy.
elderly and can't even.
No, I get it.
They
I
hire
mean-
people like Brian Miller said, oh, we can't mow,
Right,
the one resident. And she's called me and I talked to her for 45 minutes.
Mhm.
Like, we were long lost friends.
We're gonna get a lot of those.
Yeah, so
you kidding them.
I'm trying.
Okay.
Okay.
And there's no, like I said, there's no estimation on cleanup, and there's still the two big rolls over in Sparkle's parking lot from the last
I
people.
seen it.
So, and if they got fired, I doubt they're gonna come back from South Carolina to retrieve those.
I agree.
It's not like Nick's worried about it.
Okay, so you're gonna follow up on that?
Yep.
Wha- So I know we did talk about it at the last council meeting, but I'd like to close the book on this water line project.
I have not made it out yet.
Okay, so. Alright.
I have full intentions,
I understood, I get it, life happens, but we really need to close the book on this so that we're done with it and we're not, either whether we know yay, we can move forward, or no, we are gonna be like, no, we're not doing this. Anything else for old business, anyone? Nope, okay, there's council president report, I don't have anything to report today, and mayor's communication.
I just, I can wait, never mind,
Okay,
that stuff
what do you
we'll go
wanna do
with.
with- okay.
I did interview someone for cause we don't have a zoning officer, so I'll
Right.
just do it.
Okay,
Did interview Wesley Ransom the other day for, zoning officer, seems promising. There's a couple other people I'm just gonna interview just so we can go through the interview process. Then I'll reach out and let everyone know what we're gonna decide to do, so that should be closed up by the end of the week, by all the interviews, so. We'll go from there, and by next week, hopefully we have a zoning officer and we can go from there. One question I did have is that I do know our compensation is 600, and the one guy, he has a lot of experience, and he asked if he could go as high as 8. I wanna meet in the middle, probably 7, but if that's something you guys are fine with, then we can go there.
700
If not,
is that 3 reads?
I gotta look at what our,
Do we have to change
I
our-
don't know that it is with this
It is.
salary position, I don't think it is.
For the change in the pay ordinance?
We need,
when we moved it, that's what
That's what
I'm
I'm
saying.
at.
I don't think
know
that's
what
what
the-
it is.
Max, zoning is 4 to 7.
So I can't go to 7.
You can go to
Yeah,
7.
and then,
Perfect.
so if he's good, then
Right, we can always do it later on, so we can wait a year,
Yeah, yeah.
reevaluate
we
after a
can-
year.
Yeah,
So if
See
you
how it
guys are
does.
good with 7, if that's the candidate I go with, and you guys are good with 7.
yeah.
Should I need to make a motion to,
Or any candidate, I'll put it
Or
as any candidate.
Yeah, any candidate.
or no?
No, we don't. have
No,
to.
we're not.
This is
Since it's a
salary
net
studies.
threshold.
Okay, it's good, okay, yeah, alright, settled.
Just let us know when you pick one.
Yeah, I got you, like, by the end of the week, so by
Okay.
Friday evening, you'll hear something from Sherry, so I'll let Sherry know she can talk to you guys about it.
Please.
So we'll go from there. On another note, I just wanna acknowledge something that's been going on. I don't like the situation, but it has to be acknowledged. So we've had a lot of reports to do with our newly hired officer. A lot of it is online. I haven't gotten any phone calls personally about it, which is, I think is not the proper way to proceed with it. I get that these days everyone thinks that Facebook and any other TikTok or whatever is the way to go, but in my eyes, the adult thing and the proper thing to do is to contact the proper people. You have every right to complain online. If that's what you wanna do, that's fine. No one can stop that. No one's gonna complain about that. No one's reached out to me. Chief was out for 3 weeks. I talked to him much of the time. I talked to the officer much of the time. We watched the body cams. I seen absolutely no issues with anything going on. And furthermore, I think a lot of the rhetoric that's going on is false. And I think it is absolutely endangering our officer at the least. Because officers, all of them. Because what has happened and what is getting out of hand is people are getting to the point to where no one wants a ticket. That's none of us. Where you get a ticket, first thing you say is I wasn't speeding, or I didn't realize I was going that fast. It happens. None of us go up there like, yes, man, give me a ticket. I'm gonna go on about my day. You have a pleasurable day. No one says that. I get it. There's frustration with it. Sometimes we're not paying attention. Sometimes it's just the way the cookie crumbles. But that gives you no right to insult someone and then expect them to treat you at the same way that you would treat a preacher or something like that. You have to be respectful at all times. I've seen so much disrespect in all that time of tape I've watched to this officer, and not one time did he break character
and do any of the stuff that's been posted online. Are these people gonna apologize about it publicly? No, they're not. They're gonna sit up there and they're gonna keep feeding and feeding and feeding and feeding, and people from out of town, in town, whatever it may be, they're gonna keep buying into this stuff. And then this officer has to live with the fact that he don't know which way to go in his job, which is causing harm to him because now he's second guessing himself. The poor guy's been stopping by my house every day, like I said, because Rick was out every day questioning every single time he's pulled somebody over. I've sat with him. 2 cars went 58 miles an hour down the street. Now, if a kid gets killed going down the street and he doesn't pull them over because he's second guessing himself, guess what we have to deal with then? Now we have an agenda on our hand to where our officers don't do anything. We're not protecting the community. We're not doing this, that, or the other. I'd rather have my officer pulling people over, doing what they're supposed to do, and doing it the right way. There's videos of it. The videos can be released. People can watch them, whatever it may be. Once they hit the public, there will be a lot of mouths dropped at some of these accusations that have been put out there because they're absolutely not true. And I don't understand why people think it's okay to do that. Did some things that people don't agree with happen? That's up to their judgment. I can't tell people what they feel and what they can't feel. But I do know that the stuff needs to stop with the officers of any sort, from the chief on down to any of you guys, to my council members, whatever. These are my people. I have their back 100%, no matter what it is. I'm tired of always having to deal with the fact that people look on TV and think that, it's cool to be the president is such and such, or I'm a Democrat, I'm a Republican, so I can attack, disgrace, disrespect. That's not how you live life. That's a humanity thing, and you do not act like that in life. That is just not how you act. I could disagree with everybody in this room, and I'm still not gonna disrespect you. I've took 37 calls so far this week, and it's only Tuesday, and not one of those people have I disrespected, and 3 of them called me cussing me out, and by the end of it, we were fine. You just gotta treat people well, and this goes for everyone that's under this umbrella. People have to treat people well, and I'm sick of it. No one, if you have a complaint, come file it. Come to the police station, file it. Chief, how many complaints do we have on paper for any officers during this duration?
0.
None. That's what irks me. We have none. But if you look online, there's 9. I don't even have Facebook, and I feel like I've been sitting on Facebook for 2 weeks after this whole ordeal. None, no complaints, and we have this officer, information being pumped out there, accusations being pumped out there, all this stuff being pumped out there, and they're gonna do this. They're gonna mob in here, they're gonna tell me about this, they're gonna say, I'm not doing this. I'm not afraid of anybody. You're not gonna shake my leg. It's not gonna happen. So what we need to do is just be better as people. That's what anybody watching this video, whatever it may be, people just need to be better. Because that you're putting this guy's life in danger. He had someone stop while he was on a traffic stop. Do you know if he turns around, takes his eyes off that person, they shoot him, they die, that car will just drive off.
Amen, that's what.
And then his family has to weep, and somebody wanted to stop just to be funny and troll. That stuff's not cool. And they can come talk to me. You can sit on my front lawn. I don't care. But I'm gonna ride till the end with all of you, and this has to stop. So that's all I'm gonna say about it. Anyone wants to contact me, we can talk. I don't care. We can record it. We can meet at the church. We can meet at the park. I don't care. That officer did nothing wrong, and he's being burned for 3 weeks straight
For doing his job.
Amen.
That's not cool. Not cool at all. 0 complaints, but they have 8 pages of Facebook. No, this is not. So that's my communication for the day, and we'll move on.
Well, I'll tell you, Mac, right now, you have all our backs. We think the same way.
Amen, Dave.
Can we, before we move on from that subject, can we touch on the defamation of character?
Yes, we can.
So what I advise this officer is if it continues to hire a legal attorney
or seek legal counsel for what is going on, because what I've seen in the tapes and what I've seen online is definitely defamation of character. And if it's gonna ruin his career for the rest of his life, he needs to be reimbursed for it.
Yeah, but they probably don't work.
Well,
It
that's,
doesn't matter.
besides the fact, it's the fact that you can't be a keyboard warrior and not. put
Well,
anything
one
behind
person
it.
just flat out made up a whole scenario of
Yep.
stuff that is pretty severe. And someone that I respect and showed me the article, showed me the post or whatever. And it's concerning, cause that person was making it look like we're not doing what we're supposed to be doing because of this. And it was completely fabricated, and that's not cool at
Sure.
all.
Thank you for that.
I'd take 5 of
Yeah.
those officers right now.
My biggest thing
Yeah.
is, and I'll make it quick, my biggest thing is the residents complain when the police department's not doing their job, and then you get officers out there that are proactive and are doing their job, and all they wanna do is complain, complain, and complain.
Yeah.
So, and everybody that's contacted me, I said, do you have video proof of what happened? And have you filed any complaints? And it just goes silent. Nobody wants to record, nobody wants to file complaints, nobody wants to prove what they're alleging.
Well, we have the recordings and I watched them, and it's sad. It's sad that you can't just take the ticket and roll with it. I mean, fight it in court if you have to. I mean,
That's what they should do.
that's it. Slow down.
Mhm.
That's the
Follow
way.
They
the
don't
law.
agree.
One kid dead.
Exactly.
One too many being hit.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Mayor.
Anything else, Matt? No, okay, Marilyn's out.
Oh, yeah.
No, we can't go back.
You're done.
We have these vendor applications. If anyone wants one, just, I know we're.
For the
kind of
fun and
pressing.
stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
So
somebody
if
in
anyone has
there.
them, so they're out. All right,
Okay.
I'm done now.
All right, thank you. All right, finance, David.
I don't have anything to finance.
All right,
Leanne's been getting me the payment listings and everything I asked for in a timely manner, so it's nice to be able to keep up on things.
all right. So safety and personnel, does any, Scott, do you want to? You already
Other than
touched on
that,
it,
yeah.
okay. Nothing for service, Carrie, anything for economic development?
No, I think I'll go over this cleanup at the end.
Okay. Nothing on planning. Chief, you have anything?
The program for the tickets is starting to actually click and things are getting off the ground, so we've had some problems with the vendor getting everybody into the camera and getting it functioning properly. He's also had some issues at his personal life that have kept him from being able to, do what he needs to do, so it's kind of taken it. But I think we've issued somewhere around 100 tickets.
So we'll start seeing some turnover.
So we actually next week should get a payment
Oh, okay.
from that, or at least go towards the camera.
Mhm.
We started issuing our tickets that we're actually stopping cars for and using the ORC, and it looks like we're getting about $65 a ticket from that. Now that we're not using the village code, and I don't know where the disconnect is and why we weren't getting the $65 with the village code. I'm assuming it was in us having the solicitor go and have to get payment for his services when we can use the county, so that's why we've been using the county and actually getting a payment, so.
Good. You can come to my road anytime.
So I thought I seen something online with DeWine on these cameras and not allowing them to, did anybody see that
I sent it to
article?
him and he
Oh,
clarified it real quick.
It's, that's not,
No,
Okay.
it
We're-
limits townships
okay,
and any municipalities allowed to. do it.
okay, gotcha, okay,
It was just the township and the sheriff's office.
Okay.
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah, as soon as he cited it, I sent it over to him.
All right, you already touched on zoning, so, Demel Housing?
I got 7 properties last month inspected, and I had about 30 to 25, 30 of them come in for portage housing. Not 35, about 20 of them coming in for Portage Housing, so I'll get those inspected here coming up this month in June. That's about it.
Okay, thank you. Village administrator?
I don't have nothing at this time yet.
I have a question. When are you gonna start, road repair? I know it's nothing to do with the ones you're gonna redo, but there is potholes on Wolf Road that are
There
terrible.
is,
And
there
believe,
is, you know.
have you got a plan for that
I
yet?
do. I just talked to Jason yesterday. I wanna do that one on Bright before, I wanna dig it up and do it.
Water main break,
Yes.
just clarify.
I know what, I know what
Okay.
that one's at.
So I wanna do that because he's gonna give me a better deal the more I have. You know what I'm saying? So, but I'm working on it. It's in the books.
Are we able to just do hot patch ourselves?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask.
No. You can
That's
do
what
cold
they
patch.
used
Or cold patch?
I can do
sorry.
cold patch, but I don't want cold patch.
Yeah.
Cold patch is just gonna fall. I'd rather get it done hot patch and get it sealed and all that good stuff. Get it done right. He does a good job and he treats us real good, so
Yeah, he's good, but didn't we used to do it ourselves?
we never did hot patch. We did cold patch. No, we didn't. We did cold patch.
Cause I remember, in front of the bank, when we had those great big holes, they come in hot patched and it was Billy and Tyler.
Sure.
Wyndham's
Yeah,
never,
'cause-
Wyndham's never owned the equipment to do hot patch.
Maurice had a roller.
Yeah.
You
When
can
you
roll
can roll
cold
it.
patch.
We
Is that
have,
what you were doing? But, I mean, it stayed, so I thought it was hot patch.
no, it's warm, but it's not, it's different than hot
Warm.
patch. Yeah, it's different.
Okay,
When you do hot patch, you seal the bottom.
Yeah.
And then you put the hot patch on, and then you seal around the edges. The cold patch, you just throw it in the hole, and then it just comes back out. It's just a temporary fix. It's not
so
it's
you're
not a
checking,
permanent fix.
you're checking with Jason Klein.
Yeah, he's gonna give me a
Okay.
price on all of them.
Yeah, I like him.
He's cheap, he treats us really well.
He does.
That's why I use him. And the more we have, the cheaper it is. If I give him 7 at one time, I'm gonna get a way better deal.
Right.
If I give him 1 or 2 at a time.
Well, there's
So-
probably a good 5 on Wolf Road.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Yeah, I have
Jason's the one that I was, he does sidewalks too, right?
no.
He does
No, he
driveways.
does blacktop.
You're thinking of McMahon.
McManus, yeah,
McManus.
Ryan.
Alright, anything else, Ryan?
No.
Alright, so council and guests, last chance to speak.
Any guests? Go ahead, then I'll go over that. Any
You're
guests wanna speak?
You're up, Terry.
Speak now or forever hold your peace.
All right, I was with Stephanie, we're gonna do this on Friday from 9 to 2. Okay, what the village needs to have is if they want, water. I got gloves coming, so don't worry about the gloves. Kids, mostly she has the kids picking up the trash in the park, cause we didn't know about the dugouts. She didn't know that was on there. The village needs soap buckets, and sponges for washing the equipment,
We got it.
okay, and for the playground equipment, washing them off.
Yep.
Okay, the water department, they're gonna either wash the truck, one of the trucks, and the mowers. Andrew got his truck, and there's a flower bed right there, just a weed. Okay, street department is truck and mowers. What else do I got? Community building, they're gonna weed along the building by itself, and they're gonna plant and weed and possibly mulch the community sign.
And she was getting the flowers, right, Stephanie was?
Crystal Hickman's getting.
It's Crystal, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
she's picking them up, and then we'll decide who's gonna pay
Okay,
for
sure.
it.
Thank you for
Plus the fact-
clarifying.
The Legion usually donates $200, so we've got that in the works, we're
Okay.
checking on that too. The police, if they want a flower bed, wake him up.
Yes.
And they have to have the flower bed ready, and you have to put your own flowers in.
Okay.
They'll be there to do that. They said something about shutters, but Addie said they've already done that, painted them last year. Fire department, flower beds, and they're gonna buy their own flowers. They have to have the water on, because last year they didn't. Trash bags, we need trash bags too.
The 30-gallon ones.
Okay, and the kids will be picking up trash all over town. They will be putting in on the curves for the village to pick up. Okay? They got about 100 kids, but maybe not that many because it's according to their behavior and whether they're allowed to come out. The admin building, we wanna clean out that planter out front, okay? And luncheon. Deanne is doing the luncheon at 2 o'clock at the community center, which I don't know what she's doing, but do you need help?
No, I'm okay.
Okay,
Addie's
we,
actually helping.
well, we'll be there too.
Okay.
Yeah, cause I'll be at the community building, I can't go around town with my knee.
And
I'll be
we
there.
also have, they're gonna put the 500-gallon tub, whatever they call it, back in the back for the water source, for
Oh,
the
okay.
equipment. So they'll just have to fill up the buckets and do the playground equipment.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, me, Andrew, and Robbie were discussing it, so that's all done. We don't gotta worry about water for there.
Oh, okay.
What about the water, the beds, like where the welcome to Windham?
Yeah, they're doing that.
You don't
They
want-
have the plants, they're
I
gonna weed 'em.
I can pull.
The kids are weeding.
Alright.
Give them something to do.
Alright.
Keep them busy. I would like to see all the employees, well, not Billy, cause we didn't do anything with the sewer department, but they need to be there to supervise. And when after they're done over like the street department, and water department, then they can,
Yeah,
but
they-
they need to be there to watch the kids.
Yeah, they always are.
I'm gonna say.
That's usually, yeah, we were there too,
So,
but,
quick question for you, Terry, when the trash is put out to the road for the village to pick up, this is going on Friday?
Yeah.
And it's done at 2?
Yeah.
Are we gonna have it picked up before Robbie goes home, or is it gonna sit there all weekend?
I'll come
Well-
get it.
I'll figure it out.
I'll pick it up.
I mean, I can help,
No,
I
yeah,
can
we
help
can-
too,
no,
I
we
just wanna
can-
make sure that it wasn't gonna sit there all
Nah,
weekend.
we'll get
Yeah.
it done. I'll be out there, we'll get it done. Cause
so,
I thought about that too.
are you gonna be around that day? Or-
I'll be around in the afternoon, I have to
Not
work
morning.
during the day, yeah.
Okay, just go around and just check on them, but that, they have, people coming with the kids too.
Good. Do they not like those?
Yeah.
Alright, perfect.
So
Terry.
that seems, okay,
I got stuff.
Very good.
now we're not listening to you today. We got out
All right.
early last time.
David, do you have anything?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Dump truck bed, has it been repaired yet? Do we have a timeline?
I don't know, it's been crazy, man, with, like, Robbie's really booked. I was supposed to take it home and do it, and I just haven't done it, I'm busy too, but, we're gonna get it.
Hydrant?
The PO was turned in, correct? For the hydrant?
Yeah, that's all approved and everything. As far as I know, it was ordered.
You know, I'm gonna go look at it. I'm not even 100% sure that there's anything wrong with it.
What?
What?
Seriously.
After 2 years?
Oh my.
We're
Well,
placed
when we
on
was
that.
flushing hydrants, I asked them, and they're like, well, when we was closing it, it clicked. Well, sometimes they do that.
Exclude Ryan from my back I got from everybody else.
From what?
I ain't got your back, man.
Hey, man, I think everybody knew that. So.
No, but that's
It's
been
It's cool.
messed up for
All right.
years. And it's just,
Well, because me and Andrew just had a conversation about it. And based on what Andrew said, I'm like, so, Andrew, do you know that it's broke? And he's like, we think it is. So I'm gonna go look at it.
oh, please, go check it.
Yes, I will. So,
Oh boy.
but that hydrant, like seriously, like we're gonna fix it. We're waiting on the hydrant. I don't know where it is. I don't know what's going on.
Okay.
And I'll
Anybody
figure it
called
out
on
and I'll find out. But, I don't know. We'll get it. We'll definitely get it. It's coming.
Okay, so, the clamps we used in December, we had to borrow from Garrettsville. Have we returned those yet?
I'm assuming we did. We ordered them.
They got ordered.
Yeah, we
Just
definitely
gotta make
ordered
sure
them.
they
I'll
got-
find out tomorrow. But
Okay,
I'm assuming they did because That was on the to-do list and it was prioritized, so I'm assuming it did, but I'll find out, I'll make sure.
Okay, oh, water superintendent. Have we got any applications, any update or interviews?
Yeah, I got one applicant, but,
Not qualified.
yeah, so,
So we're gonna stand still with that right now?
yeah.
Where are we advertising?
Um,
Just LinkedIn or wherever?
no,
Indeed.
Indeed, thank you.
Now, didn't you say there was a place that was like a community board or whatever for positions like that? Or somebody said that, I think.
Yeah, I talked to Megan, she's over our water plant, and she's gonna send me, a list
Okay.
of operators we could reach out to,
Okay.
but.
Yeah, cause she has that's a good idea.
I mean, yeah, we got it covered though, I mean, I don't think it's a huge priority right now. I'd like to save as much money as I can for the water plant, because it needs quite a bit of work.
Both of them do.
I do.
Yeah. and-
Because I would be honest with you, I thought about saying, well, what about giving it to Portage County?
Because then
You don't
water
wanna do that,
bills-
David. I
water
mean,
bills are gonna
I get it. I understand that, but I don't really think.
We
I
got-
want-
It'll be fine, it'll totally be fine.
Just the
Water
money
plant-
feature that I was thinking of, because
Yeah.
there's a lot of money that
Sure.
we're gonna have
It'll
to
save
spend.
us money, but it ain't gonna save us money out there, like prices will go through the roof. Because they're not gonna just put that money into that.
Oh, I
They're,
know. I was in Manaway when they did all that.
Yeah, it's-
I know.
but right now we're fine, I will tell you, I put my name on it,
So you're the operator of record?
yes, and Billy's still doing what Billy was doing, but he's not responsible for it. And, we're fine, Andrew's, it's just like it was,
Yeah.
it ain't no different. So, everything's gonna work out, we're gonna save money, and we're gonna try to get that place back into shape.
Piggybacking off the water meters were not sent to bid. That was over $200,000.
And you voted yes on it.
Yes, and I thought
Why
about it
didn't you-
afterwards.
Yeah, why didn't you ask
Right.
then?
No, I'm bringing it up
Okay.
now, but
So,
after the fact is when I thought about it.
I didn't really wanna talk about this today, because it was actually something I had a conversation about
I gotta,
today.
me and him still gotta talk about
But,
this after this.
I'm going through this process, and I think we did it correctly, and we can have a conversation later, and I can update you, but we did it under, a sole bid, because EJM is the only one that sells Camstruck meters. So nobody else can bid a Camstruck meter. So, and I had a conversation with another third party today that does all that stuff, and they said we should be fine.
Should be.
Should be.
Yeah.
My only thing is, the solicitor didn't bring it up. I thought about it afterwards, and it's like, this stuff we're sitting here, we're talking about it should go
I
out to
will,
bid.
I will tell you this, when we sent it off to get the bid package done, they sent back an example of the resolution that we could use, and they said, here, send this to Charles,
Who's they?
the guy I used. So they
Your
said,
cousin. Just
they
put
said-
it on record, Rob.
yeah,
Okay.
it was Rob. It doesn't matter who it was, but it was Rob. He says, he sent it to all of us. Sent it to me, Mac, Charles. Said, hey, Charles, look at this. Change what you need to, and it's fine. So we got the okay, like, well, it's not common, but one could argue the point should be good. So then we double checked. We put it on the agenda. He was fine with it. But according to the source that I spoke with today, who was not Rob, it was another engineer that does this, says that you can sole source them, but you have to bid out the labor if you're gonna have somebody else come in. But I'm giving him all the information that we got, and he's gonna get back with me. It's why I didn't wanna bring it up right now, because I'm still waiting on information and whatever. But regardless, no matter how we do it, it's gotta be legal, and it's gonna be right, it's gonna be legal. If
Right,
it's,
I don't wanna get sued.
we're not gonna get sued. We are not gonna get sued. He's gonna reach out to Hannah, is that her name?
Yeah.
He's gonna reach out to Hannah, he's gonna speak with her, he's gonna look at what we got, he's gonna put it together for us, and he's gonna get it straightened out.
Alright. I think two more things. We were gonna talk about body cam fees. We kind of piggybacks off of the whole incident going on. Can we discuss and maybe research how much we should charge each time somebody comes in and asks for a copy of the body cams?
The last chief's meeting, everybody's going with $75 an hour.
Is that what we should do then? You guys
On your
Look into it.
get with Charles and make legislation for us so we can be codified? Because if these people are gonna, somebody wants to come up and say, oh, this happened, I wanna see the body cam, we should have a rate established.
How about me?
And then the last one is with housing inspections on UDML. When we perform the inspections and we write up and we say, okay, this needs repaired, are we able to go back in after a set amount of days? Like in the fire department, we do a fire inspection, we can give them 30 days to do the repairs and we go back. Can we do something like that, so that way you're not waiting like a whole year to get back in there and then it's a problem still? Cause like the steps, I keep going back to those steps, that's obvious safety hazard. It's not the ones the Shield brought up, it's one of Mikulski's rentals.
Yes.
And there's like 2 screws holding the steps on one side and a couple screws holding the other side. And it's about that much of wood connecting to the deck.
Do you know
That- I mean,
oh, sorry, go ahead.
first off, they gotta get a hold to me to let me come into their house. I just can't walk in the backyard.
Right.
So it's gonna be hard for me to really inspect something where I can't get anything from. You know what I mean? So I'm not really like waiting. I'm waiting for them to, inform me and let me know that it's okay to go back there. I just can't walk in anyone's backyard.
Right.
So if they call me and let me know or leave a message, then yeah, I could go in there and inspect it. It would be 30 days after that.
For the
Yeah.
repair. Okay.
Now, if they, after the 30 days, if they don't do it, then I gotta send out paperwork saying, and then that's another 30 days. And then that starts becoming long, like 90 days or so. But I have to initially first get in there to inspect it, to see,
Right.
what exactly is the issue, to write it down, to have it on paper. So
Okay.
if I can't get to the beginning of it, then I won't, I don't have anything.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I've had
Because-
people deny you access to places. where-
Absolutely, yes.
So what do we do in that?
Yeah, what do you do?
Well, with that,
He walks away, he just leaves
Well,
it
yeah,
alone.
obviously, but
You
now
know
we have
what I
a
mean?
future.
Like,
You
Yeah.
can go with the civil search warrant and go that route with the solicitor.
Okay.
I
gotta
don't
bring
know,
the cops in.
does Mike Mikulski, does he rent his, cause I thought all his was drawn up as a lease with the option or a land contract.
He does rent his.
Does he?
Yes, he pays to. But it's hard when each flat out tells you, I don't think, his issue is we're infringing on people's rights. That's what he tends to tell me.
Well, some blatant safety issues. is
But
the
that's what,
problem is.
yeah, and then I think he kind of coerces his tenants into saying that to where they're like, and I can't get in because but if the tenant is having a problem, then they should tell me. The thing is, he has his tenants scared of me because they're thinking I'm there for them, but I'm really, I am there for them. I'm not there to
Infringe.
I'm not there to infringe, or I'm not there to make their life miserable. I'm there to make sure that he's doing the right thing and not being a slumlord.
We'll take the heat off you, send the new officer out.
I can do that.
And I'm just
I
using
mean-
him as an example, cause I personally firsthand saw this.
Right,
When I was over
but
there.
unfortunately, I can't see it if they don't let me in. So it's just kinda,
But the standard practice is
Insane.
30 days after
yes,
you do go back.
absolutely.
That's what I was getting at.
Oh, okay, yes,
Yeah,
yes, I'm
that's what I
sorry.
wanted
I
to
wasn't
know.
quite
What you do
understanding.
Yeah,
after
just making
violations.
sure that there is a follow-up
Yes,
period within
absolutely.
reason.
The 30 days, you have to get it done.
Okay. Cool. Thank
You
you.
done, David?
I'm done with that.
I got a few things. The only thing I was really upset about, we lost the zoning person and we lost a water superintendent. And I was not informed that they left. I talked to Andrew last week and that's how I found out Brandon was gone. So I don't know who's supposed to.
I like how you slide back, like.
I mean, who's supposed to let the rest of us know if we got employees leaving?
I guess me, I don't know.
Well, would you please do that from?
I mean, quite honestly, whoever they report to should be the person that's communicating with everybody, but
You,
they don't report to me.
yeah,
He-
well, at
Brandon,
least,
and who
I
was
mean,
the
at
other
least you gotta let us
Chris.
know that we now we
Zoning,
don't have.
that's
one.
you.
Whoever they report to, if you got his
I wasn't
resignation,
here at that meeting when y'all said that Chris was in.
no, he was
Chris
not
sent you
here.
a note, told
That's
you
when I
she
found
resigned.
I
out.
know, but y'all said it talked about it at the meeting.
Yeah,
Oh, Terry,
that-
we weren't here?
Yeah, but that's when we found out. We didn't find out.
Well, that was
We
the
found
day
out
she-
that
yeah,
day.
that was the
That
day
was the
she
day
let
we
us
found
know.
out.
Okay,
She
but
didn't
she
let us
was
know.
Brandon was gone 2 weeks before I found out.
Oh, yeah, that,
I mean, he was here at the last meeting and never said a
oh,
word.
Brandon gone.
Thank you now.
2 weeks ago.
No longer employed.
Yeah, I figured that out. Andrew told me. I do have something else about the community center.
Oh, boy.
Cheryl and I walked around it,
Just kidding.
Yes.
the front, and there's a cement pad right there in the parking lot. You know that little alcove you can park in? There's a cement pad there, but if you step off that cement pad, you're in a hole. And it would really be easy to break a leg.
And we have brought that up for the last 2 to 3 years, have we not?
Wait a minute. And then if you look where the mulch is, you know, the flower beds or where he put all the mulch like, there's this opening to get under this, community building.
I mean,
Unless
Terry,
we can
Well,
put a.
you gotta
Terry.
allocate some money for the
I mean,
Well,
community center.
that's what I know.
yeah, and so in order to get the community building back to the way that it normally it needs to be, it's gonna take $100,000. I mean,
Yeah.
those are all animals
Yeah.
digging and getting
It's
into
great.
it. I mean,
You gotta bust out that
Yeah.
concrete, pour new concrete.
Well, I mean, not that I don't thought, you know, it's all over the building where they can
as
just.
far as the
Yeah.
community
center
building,
funding.
I
I
wouldn't guess a
pulled a
lot,
box
we
out there.
give the thing away.
So-
We pay somebody $75 a clean and we charge $100 for it. I mean, we
Right.
probably don't have much
Well,
money
that's
in it
why-
at
Need to
all.
go up 100.
And you know what, you're gonna, as long as,
Doesn't
as long as
generate-
it
All right,
sits-
hold up, stop,
Okay.
freeze.
One more thing, the, out the door, the planks, they're loose. All they needed is to be pounded down, like
On the floor,
new floor.
is right.
And in the cement that's in front of it, like the walkway, there's a big gap. If we could put like a cone there, so they don't walk on that.
Somebody's gonna get hurt.
It's up about this big. The cement has shrunk down.
Just so you know, we don't own very much property off of that concrete pad you're talking about. But most of that parking lot is owned by the schools.
Well, I'm not, no,
It's
it's
up
right
in the
there where the
front.
library used to be.
Mm-hmm.
And there's just a tiny cement pad, but in
Yeah, I'm
front of
looking
it,
at it right now.
it's big hole. We need to either
Oh, big
put dirt in there or something to cover it up.
Yeah.
And the benches are, the slats are rotten.
We know, we talked about that last meeting.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's,
so we can't even paint them. They're just crumbling.
They're crumbling.
So we can
allocate
have,
some money and I'll get it all fixed.
Oh,
so get on the internet, start looking for some grant money.
You know,
I'd like to see those benches that we're getting for the park.
I'm
There.
glad you just said that, Cheryl. because that's one thing I wanted to bring up. I just wanted to ask you guys, like, what do you wanna get out of being a council member? Like, what do you wanna do? Or what is your intentions on helping this community? Because how long have you been on council?
8 years.
8 years. And you just made a statement and said you don't know how to look for grant money. I'm just saying, that's a long time for someone to be in an organization and not know how to do something
Who do I know
that
that
helps
knows
us.
how?
No, I'm just saying, it's partially, it's my fault, cause I should teach you how to do that. That's why I'm asking, like, what do you guys wanna get out of this? So then that way I can further help push everyone to do more with what we have. Because I'm, you know, it's not a toot to my own horn, but I do a lot and
I know you do.
I answer, like, I have to do a lot, and it's sometimes tiring not having someone to turn to for certain things, because I don't know if they're gonna even be able to know how to do it, and then I have to teach them, which means I might as well do it myself. So what, you guys let me know, and this isn't something to answer now, you let me know at a later date what you wanna do. Maybe we can work on it, and then we can come to some kind of common ground and help this community out. Then it's what you're good at. Whatever you think you're good at, maybe it'll help this community. It doesn't have to be what you're assigned to, it doesn't have to be what you think you can do. We gotta do something, cause it's a lot to do in this town. Just like Terry just named all that stuff, that's
Yeah.
all little stuff that we can
Yeah.
take care of. Like that's little stuff that, it doesn't need to be reported to Ryan all the time. Like it could be something that can be taken care of, and we can do it in increments. Like, hey, how about 1 month or 1 quarter we take care of this, 1 quarter we take care of that. Just space it out, but we can't keep coming to these meetings and bringing up little stuff, and then 6 months later, bring it up again.
Yeah.
6 months later, bring it up again. Like, we just think deep and hard of what you think you're good at, and let's try and exploit that, and let's get some stuff done, because there's classes and stuff out there. I've been to a bunch of classes, and I didn't know diddly squat. I'll be honest, I didn't know nothing when y'all had me sitting in these chairs when I started. I still don't know everything, but I know enough to get me by. I know that. And it's, you gotta take some kind of initiative and wanna learn stuff.
Tell them,
There's a lot of people out there
Tell 'em.
that'll help if you ask.
you don't have to look at her, tell them.
I'm retiring at the end of the year.
That's fine.
I'm done. Had
I
enough.
wanna retire too.
No,
I know
I'm
you got a couple more years.
No,
Um,
No,
I'm
it's
retiring at the end of the year, and
She's just not running at the end of this
Yeah,
year
you
for
don't
council.
retire from
That-
council.
You don't retire.
no, I'm
You just don't
retired,
run.
I'm done. At
You
the end of
retire from
that,
everything?
Everything.
No.
I'm retired from
Um,
everything.
One more thing
Thanks,
here.
Cheryl. And then we are on the 3rd read for that hydrant, I mean, not the hydrant, I'm mixing stuff up, for the tow yard
Okay.
coming up. So if anybody has anything
Any
in that language,
alterations
we need to get that put in, so then we don't, get that out. Yeah, so it needs to be in before the next, agenda gets out on the 27th.
Yes, yes.
It's probably by the end of next week, I'd say.
That
so
would be
Charles
great.
would have time.
Wednesday of next week would be pristine.
But worst case scenario, it has to be in before then, so we can get that drawn up. Other than that, that's good.
Alright,
Are we
Executive
building
session?
any parking lots on the other side of the community building?
We've,
that-
we've spoke about
Filling
it,
it?
yeah, we spoke about it, and, it's something we do wanna do.
Yeah.
We gotta get with, Ryan got with Jake and all them, they're gonna figure it out and stuff and go through there.
Yeah, Danny said that that's what was happening, we were building on the other side, a parking lot. There's
Last-
a little one there.
Does anyone else have anything?
Executive session.
no.
What do we have in
you-
executive
No,
session
you
for?
did, that's why I sent you a message today to ask you, what did you wanna have executive session about? I then review it with the mayor, and I have not had an opportunity to review it with the mayor, cause you just told me about it 2 minutes before this meeting started.
So just
So we'll-
confirm a council member does not call for executive session
No.
in a meeting. it has to go before you two, right?
It
Yeah, we
does.
have to make sure that it's going to be.
The mayor
Can
has
make
to call them.
Okay.
What do we have on one, we'll talk about it later.
You can have it at the next
Is
meeting if you
everyone-
want one.
And anybody else have anything? We have community yard sale, the 16th, 17th, and 18th this weekend, from 9 AM to 6 PM, if anyone wants to get part of it.
Did they get a lot of signups?
We
You
didn't
don't
really
have
do
to
we
register.
didn't do registration,
Oh, okay.
it's posted on Facebook and people have just been like putting in their addresses. We've shared it to a lot of places all throughout here in the community, but there's no registration, cause it's kinda last minute, honestly.
Okay,
They going in back, they're gonna be.
we should talk about having the registration.
Back there too.
That's what I want, so that's what I said. they don't have
Cause it's
anything.
$50 for
Hey, cool
village
kids.
residents, right?
Yeah, it needs to go up.
It needs
So,
to go up.
with the community center, I am getting rid of the, employee discount thing, that's dead in the water. We're not making any money on it. We don't need, how often does all of us rent it anyway, so it's no point. It was $50. We're $50, we pay more than $50, so
Yeah, we
we're
got nothing.
breaking even on someone using electric in the building and her cleaning, all that stuff. So everything will be the baseline, which is $150, I believe, was the minimal,
Yeah.
rental for that. So anyone using that will be $150 for that.
That's
Everything
residents.
else,
Residents
everything
only.
else I'll keep the same, just because it's, until we can get better improvements in there, I don't feel we should charge more for it.
Well, that's, you just barely gonna cover the electric and
It's-
everything, water and.
Yeah, but it's gonna get it, we're not making any money, cause what happens is people rent it out for an employee discount and they just keep doing it, and before you know it, we're not getting anything out of it, so
Do we have a special fund for that?
we should.
There's the community center,
Okay,
center fund under the 1,000 general fund.
okay.
Before too long, can you guys give me the policy? Cause in the Sunshine Law Act, it does not state in there that it has to go before council president or the mayor to call executive session. It says the public body, so can you guys get us our,
I don't know
Paperwork
the
or-
exact or I thought that's what
Procedure.
Charles
Well,
had
Tom
told
told me
Oh,
that you
that-
have to have a reason to do it, cause
Yes.
at one point, we were just doing it every week just to
Yep.
do it, and that is, he
No, you
said
have to
that
have
we just had to have.
on page 2121, it's permissible discussion topics in executive session. It says there are very limited topics that the members of a public body may consider in executive session. And it goes on to list all those, 1 through 9, but it says it is, executive session is a conference between members of a public body from which public is excluded. The public body, however, may invite anyone that chooses to attend an executive session. But it does not say in there that it has to go between
I've always heard.
council and president and.
I have
I've
to,
always
that's why I
heard
said-
president, not even president, council
So-
president, I've always heard that. Mayor has to do it, but I'm not sure.
Okay, if you can just give me the
I don't even
policy
know
we
what it's
have.
about, so we're not doing it anyway.
Well, he has
If
to,
I'm in violation, then so be it, but
if he wants one, he has to
Yeah,
go
he
to
has
you,
to,
and you
yeah.
have to tell him why.
right, so.
Well, I
We'll
just
pick it up next time.
want that policy because sunshine law is pretty clear, so.
That's fine.
All right, 6:58, I'd like to make a motion to adjourn the meeting of the whole.
Second.
Scott's not here, Sherry,
Yes.
Cheryl,
Yes.
David,
Yes.
not here, Terry.
Yes.
Who was the second, I'm sorry?
I did.
Terry.
Thank you.
What was it, 6:58?
Yep,
Please stop.
6:50.